folks, and welcome to Day 3 of Video Game Choo Choo's Game of the Year deliberations. We have a wonderful cast of panelists on here to argue for a couple of very interesting categories. Let us meet our contestants. We have Niall.
Hi, I'm tired. Let's do this.
Okay, we have a Rose.
Hey, yo.
And we have Ryan.
Hey, folks. It's me, coming at you for the first time on Game of the Year, but not the last.
Yeah, this is your first Game of the Year appearance. Congratulations, Ryan.
You're dang right it is, and I'm celebrating it in true Texan fashion by drinking a full 6 beers and wearing my cowboy boots and 10-gallon hats. If y'all hear any pops go off in the background, that's just me firing off my 6-shooter, because I'm so damn excited to be on Game of the Year.
Wonderful.
So,
well then, let's go over the categories that we're going to be deliberating today. They are... let me make sure that I get them in order. It is Best Multiplayer, Best Robot, Best Character, Worst Character, and Best Performance or Voice Acting. We're gonna...
John, I think we are... sorry, but I'd just like to say I think we already know who wins Best Performance, and that's you for your work on the Chooch Thanksgiving special.
Stop. Oh, stop. Thank you. Let's start with Best Multiplayer. Now, this is the game that is the most fun to play with some friends. You know, pretty simple stuff. So first off, I will tell you how this works.
Okay.
Just to let everybody know, if you for some reason skipped Day 3, we are going to.
This is Day 3.
This is Day 3.
Yes.
I said Day 3.
Yes.
Well, you said
anyway,
if someone skipped Day 3, which...
Okay.
Skip to Day 3.
Anyway, if you skipped to Day 3, for some reason, just to let you know how this works, we are going to each take a nominee off of the list until we get to a point where we feel like we can just deliberate on our top 3. Then once we get down to 3, we pick one winner and 2 runners-up. Now, the runners-up...
Really?
Yes, the runners-up are not in any order. It's just one winner and 2 runners-up. And I will also very quickly just remind everybody that this is a spoiler zone. From here on, there are going to be spoilers for games. Especially today, because we're going to be talking about like characters and performances. So that's something where very specific moments are going to be coming up. So, if you care about any game that came out this year, just to be safe, don't listen to this episode until you've played the games that you're interested in. But I think for now, at least this first category, you're not going to really have to worry about that. Because, again, it's Best Multiplayer, and I will read the nominees, and then we will read off our write-ins for Best Multiplayer. So our nominees are Overwatch, Starbound, World of Warcraft Legion, Monster Hunter Generations, Pokken Tournament, Titanfall 2, Street Fighter V, Battlefield 1, The King of Fighters 14, Video Ball, Paladins, and Melty Blood. Now, since we have 2 people not on the show this today, we are going to read their write-in votes for Best Multiplayer. Rose, why don't we start with you? You can read Scott's write-in for Best Multiplayer.
So Scott says Overwatch is the best multiplayer game of this year. Mm-hmm. And he says, evidence? It's really good.
Fair enough. Now, Ryan, would you like to read?
Yeah.
Would you like to read Michael's write-in?
Oh, John, you know I'd like to read Michael's Game of the Year write-ins here. So for Best Multiplayer, Michael says, and I quote, Titanfall 2 multiplayer is still mech-on-mech fun, and the AI minions you can shoot while running to the human enemies add a level of pace that games like COD still haven't matched, IMO. Starbound not only lets you dig, mine, build, and explore a galaxy with your friends, but lets you do so even on separate planets. You can visit your friends' ships and bases by instantly teleporting to them, as well as taking on bosses and hunting down hidden bases. And then Michael goes on to say here, Paladins is fine as an Overwatch alternative, but it ain't no replacement. Overwatch is the clear winner. It's fun, it's competitive, it's bright, it's colorful, and it's one of only a few competitive anythings I continue to think about and play. I enjoy practically every character and every level. Alone or with friends, Overwatch just never stops being fun for me. And that is Michael's write-ins for Game of the Year.
All right.
Best multiplayer.
Okay. Thank you for reading that, Ryan.
Thank you, John.
Whoa.
Jeez. Yeah, Ryan's getting a little... All right. So, Rose, how about you go first?
All right. Video ball?
Okay. All right. Since Michael was the one who was removing this stuff usually. Okay, here we go. That's not that hard.
On my phone, I just saw anonymous buffalo cross out video ball. So
Video Ball is a pretty solid game, but I didn't play a shit ton of it. It's just it's a fun multiplayer sport, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe Video Ball, but it's kind of one of those things where once you get your hands on it, you learn it very quickly, and it is a fun time. But yeah, I barely played any of it, and I don't think any of us really played it that much of it either.
no.
Okay. Ryan, how about you go next?
So let me get this straight. The way this works is I proffer something that y'all eliminate instead of giving an argument for what I think should be the best multiplayer.
Yeah, we're gonna cut until we get to a point where there's only 3, and then we choose the winner from there. So, I mean, if someone wants to cut something that you can defend, then defend it.
All right. Well, I just thought it'd be faster to just kind of cut to the quick on this and debate the stuff.
It's more
in
fun
terms
this
of
way.
crossings, in terms of crossing something out, I don't know. I'm gonna say World of Warcraft Legion. Rose,
I'm the only
played
one.
that, right?
So yeah, like I do think that it is impressive that they went from what is an expansion, Warlords of Draenor, that completely cut out like all multiplayer outside of doing dungeons, and even then, what's the point in doing dungeons? To like exploring the world and seeing tons of people around again, like being able to just go to any area in that world and see people around and do stuff with them, be like about to die fighting this thing and someone comes along and saves you. I think there's something to say about that, but I will let you take it away from me.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. Niall?
There's a few I'm tempted to remove here. I'm gonna
We'll
say,
see. You know, just...
I'm gonna say Paladins, which I know is a competent Overwatch clone, but it's still like offering nothing of its own.
Oh.
Yeah. No. I am going to say Starbound. Did anyone here care about Starbound?
I don't. Michael had it written in, but I don't really know how different Starbound multiplayer is than like Terraria multiplayer.
It's better than that, but it's still kind of the same. Like, you can each go to each other's ships and stuff, and that's fun. And there's a lot more fun to be had exploring, I think, than Terraria. But, like, Starbound has a lot of problems.
You wouldn't say it's one of the best
No, I would even
experiences
say
of
the multiplayer
2016.
ruins parts of that game, because if you have a friend who just comes in and they're far ahead of you, like, how are you going to catch up? Like, what's the fun in that?
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. So let's get Starbound off the list then.
Okay. So we're already pretty low on choices here, so I think maybe we could just pick our 3 from this list.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw my hat out and say that Overwatch is definitely on this list.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay. I'm going to bold Overwatch. So we have to pick 2 more games from this list. We have Monster Hunter Generations, Pokken Tournament, Titanfall 2, Street Fighter 5, Battlefield 1, KOF 14, and Melty Blood.
We can probably cross Street Fighter 5 off that.
Okay, like we literally just got finished saying that it was the most disappointing game of the year, but at the very least, I do want to say that playing that game with people, the multiplayer, even it has pretty good net code. Playing with people right next to each other, it's still a fun experience. Like everything surrounding just the fighting is bad, but I still think the fighting in that game is very, very, very good. But I'm not married to it. I can get rid of it. That's fine.
Okay.
So, do y'all still want to get rid of it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
John,
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah.
What? I was just gonna say we can get rid of Pokken.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Okay.
Because it's good. It's a very good game, but I will say playing it like playing it online was perfectly fine, but playing it one-on-one in person is a nightmare. It is fucking horrendous. Because one person has to use the gamepad and then another person has to use like a Wii remote or something else. Like unless you go out and buy the specific fight pad for that game, you can't play 2-player without it being a very, very bad experience for at least one person. So yeah, right. I would not give Pokken that nod.
You'd say the online multiplayer is good,
yes,
but it fails in terms of in person.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I think Titanfall 2 is on this list.
You do?
Yeah, Michael argued for Titanfall 2 as well, so I think we should maybe keep this on here.
Titanfall 2. So we have one more. It is Monster Hunter, Battlefield 1, KOF, and Melty.
Does anyone feel particularly strongly for any of these?
I do about Monster Hunter.
Okay, can
make your argument.
Okay. Yeah. Monster Hunter lives and dies by its multiplayer. And this one was very good for multiplayer because it provided a lot more to do, because they added like new types of monsters that like you can only fight them a certain amount of times and you can get like guaranteed rare stuff from it. And they were like smarter AI enemies and stuff, but you could only fight them a certain amount of times on your own, but you could always bring other people. So there was like the encouragement to either grab your friends to do it or even just make online lobbies with strangers. And for the first time, I actually felt like I should make an online lobby with strangers in that game, and I had fun doing it. I think that game is a lot of fun in multiplayer, even if it's like, it's Monster Hunter, but it's a really good Monster Hunter, especially with the new abilities they added where you actually do stuff with your swords and things, and you're not just hitting over and over again. Like, it's really making it stand out. Like, no longer is it just, well, now I'm fighting this thing, but I have some buddies with me. It's now, all right, my buddy's going to do this ability, but I'm going to do this ability, and we're going to do that to cut off the tail and do this and that, and it feels really good when you do it.
All right.
I think that's a good argument. I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm going to be honest, the multiplayer for KOF is basically non-existent, so I'm going to cut that off the list. Because I tried to play multiplayer for that game quite a bit, and I couldn't connect to anybody. Even though there's some really interesting ideas for modes in that game, there's nobody playing that game, and it's such a bummer.
Okay.
Does anyone care about Battlefield 1?
Did any of y'all even play Battlefield 1?
No, Michael was the only one who did, I think. Yeah,
Michael's the only one who played it, and he didn't even go up to bat for it, so I think we can cross that off.
There's a part of me that wants Melty. There's a part of me that wants Melty on this list because I fucking love Melty Blood, and the times that I had with Michael were so much fun, and the fact that, like, you know, Melty Blood is so easy to set up multiplayer for. You can run that thing on a toaster, like a literal toaster. You can run that on, and it's just so much fun to just sit down and be like, we're gonna play Melty now. Let's play some Melty Blood. I don't know. I can understand that y'all don't really have any kind of experience with it, but it is such a great game, and it's so much fun to just hop in and mess around with people, and
sure,
you know, it's just simple enough to be a game to just introduce to your buds, but it's also complex enough to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm gonna try to learn a character, I'm gonna learn all these weird moves, and I don't know, I think that game is probably the best multiplayer experience I've had with a fighting game this year.
Okay.
So I think it deserves that nod. But what Rose said for Monster Hunter is also pretty valid. So I mean, whatever y'all feel like.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence because I agree with everything Rose said about Monster Hunter being a really good argument. But I've seen you and Michael play Melty Blood before. At least John, I've seen you play it, and it does seem very intuitive in the way that you get into that multiplayer mode. But I don't know. This is for being on the fence about this. This is a difficult choice.
Niall, do you have any opinion?
Niall,
well, I think Rose made a really good argument for Monster Hunter, but at the same time, it's Monster Hunter.
I don't blame you.
But I could go either way on it as well. Like, I think Rose makes a really compelling argument for it. Okay. I just I know myself, like, if a game's online mode could get me to actually play with fucking just randos, that says something, I think. But it's still Monster Hunter.
I think that's fair. I think Rose's argument is pretty sound. I think we'll just give it to Monster Hunter. All right.
Sure.
All right. I'm sorry, John.
Don't be sorry. You made a good argument. All right. So Overwatch takes this, right?
Yeah. Go. Come on.
No, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, does anyone have any specific arguments for Overwatch? Even if it's gonna win, but the people need to know why.
All right. So, have you ever seen TF2? It's a garbage game. It's a garbage game for bad people.
It's okay.
No.
It's all right.
Okay.
I agree.
All right.
John.
Yeah. Sure.
And that's, maybe I'm just saying that because I've sank like almost 400 hours into that game.
But TF2 was like the only TF2 of its kind. Like, there was nothing else to compete it. And then Overwatch comes, and you're like, oh, this game can be fun. It can actually be fun, and I can have fun and see characters that don't look like shit.
Hey.
Oh, what? You're gonna go to bat for like how sexy the engineer is? Like,
whoa! Hey! How good a character looks and how sexy they are two completely different things. And I will admit that I do not find any of the characters in TF2 erotic in any sense of the word. But I will go to bat to say that they are very well designed characters.
Yeah, exactly.
They're
I don't feel like
very unique.
I don't feel like they have the same identity that a lot of the Overwatch characters do. Like, they
fair.
have an identity, but that's mostly because there's like 7 of them, and like
there's 9. But yeah.
This is how much I care about TF2. But this is my point. I thought maybe Overwatch was just going to be TF2. I hate TF2. This game's going to suck. This game made me go, wow, this type of game can be great.
Yeah.
And that's why it should be on this list.
I agree.
Okay.
That's as good as an argument as any.
All right.
So
the winner for Best Multiplayer this year is Overwatch, with runners-up Monster Hunter Generations and Titanfall 2. All right, that was pretty painless. Let's move on to Best Robot. We had this category last year, and we're bringing it back because there were a bunch of cool robots this year. So our nominees for Best Robot are Bastion from Overwatch, Zenyatta from Overwatch, BT7274 from Titanfall 2, Dorothy Hayes from Valhalla, Samuel Hayden from Doom. I'm just going to read this verbatim. The giant tits big ass robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3. From Haiti. Shitbot from Dreamfall Chapters. And the Rotom Dex from Sun and Moon. Alright, let's hear our write-ins, and then we're just basically going to have to go through one round of cuts.
Okay. I'll Ryan, you can go first.
All right, so Michael, we have an ask here from Michael. Michael says, Bastion is fun, adorable, and has a bird sidekick. Zenyatta is 2 degrees away from floating around with a fat blunt. However, B27274 adds a level of fun humanity to an already fun campaign. Like I said previously, he's a stiff robot with a soul. And not the kind of stiff robot that you would associate with the giant tit-ass big fucking robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3.
All right.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Well, let me tell you about Scott's choice for best robot, which is the giant tits big ass robot from Haiti
my
that loves The
fucking
Witcher
God.
3.
Oh, shit.
All right. So Scott says, well, the most endearing fact about the giant tits big ass robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3, the fact that she loves The Witcher 3, wild hun, has been removed from the full release of the game. The giant tits big ass robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3 still retains a full suite of motion and poses that have endeared her to casual and hardcore fans alike. Also, I would like to add that I am not a pervert.
Oh, shit. Oh, boy. All right. Ryan, you make the first cut.
In the interest of keeping the giant tits big ass robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3 on this list for as long as humanly possible before she's eliminated, what about Shitbot from Dreamfall Chapters? Is that the actual name of the robot, or is that just
the robot's
like...
actual name is Shitbot. He's a he's like a broken down robot that like he's got like a broken voice modulator and he can't do anything, and he's just like kind of hanging around and annoying everyone. And then
right.
he gets sent out with you at one point to like figure out what he's good at, and he's just like fucking things up, and he's like scaring children, and he's like setting off alarms, and police are coming after him, and then he discovers that like he loves welding, and it's the only thing he's good at, so he becomes a welder, and then you see him later on in the game, and basically like he can't weld anymore, so you're like putting in these new modules into him that like get him to like throw stuff at gangsters and shit like that, and he eventually sacrifices himself. So it's like this weird redemptive arc for Shitbot, but
Alright, okay, so you know what, that actually sounds good as hell, actually. So in lieu of that, can we go ahead and cross Zenyatta off this list? I find him to be the lesser of the two robots on this list from Overwatch.
Okay.
But this may be a more difficult category than I initially anticipated.
This is going to be tough as hell. IMO. All right.
I already have a top 3
me too.
for this in my
All right.
mind.
Well,
So,
let's see how this shakes out. All right, we're going to get rid of Zenyatta.
are we?
Are we?
Is anyone going to
Sure.
make it? Is anyone going to make a passionate defense for Zenyatta from Overwatch?
I'm gonna say this at least. I think both of the robots from Overwatch need to go.
I agree.
I agree.
Do y'all,
Okay,
you know
fair
what?
enough.
Do y'all want to just get fucking to it?
Like, let's
Should we just?
Yeah,
This is short enough.
I kind of.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to keep Bastion on just because of him being Bastion, but I won't go to fucking hell and
All right.
back
They're
for
both.
him.
They're both
So,
gone.
Oh, rest in
Yeah.
peace.
Okay. So, how about we each give our top 3 and see how it goes? Okay.
Okay.
Ryan, you go first.
Well, now that you've crossed off the Overwatch ones, I'm going to say Dorothy from Valhalla, Shitbot, because that made me laugh so hard, like I can't not include that on the list somewhere, and Rotom Dex from Pokemon.
Okay.
Although I'd like to have. See, I like Samuel Hayden from Doom a lot, but I think that's mainly just because of his voice acting.
Sure.
So, I don't know.
Okay. Niall.
I'm gonna say BT, Dorothy, and Shitbot.
Okay.
Okay. So that's 2 for Dorothy.
All right. Rose.
2
I'm
for
going to say
Shitbot.
Dorothy, Shitbot, and the giant tits big ass robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3.
Yes.
God damn it.
Oh my god. All right. I'm going to say Dorothy. I mean, Dorothy's on this fucking list.
Yeah.
I was going to say Samuel Hayden, and I was going to say Shitbot. Shitbot's on this list.
Y'all traitors. To the giant tits big ass
Listen.
robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3.
Hey, listen, I'm just going to say this.
Nice.
Watching Scott play Haiti was one of the worst experiences of my entire life. It made me want to die.
Hey, let me just say right now, Haiti is not a robot. She is a cyborg, and that technically disqualifies her from this
All right,
category.
you know what?
I mean, listen, when you look at Haiti, like, go look up a picture
no,
of
I
Haiti
don't need
right
to.
now.
I don't need to.
No, listen, her legs are very obviously human person
They were
legs.
put on her.
Like, she is all robot except for her fucking legs, which are, like, thick-ass human thighs, and that's, like, the worst thing ever.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah.
You know, I feel really bad because I feel like BT is this almost like everyone expected BT to be on this list, but I would have
I would have actually put BT as the winner personally. Like, I would lose either of the other two before BT because like he is such a great character. Like, he is the soul of that game.
Okay, you know what? How about we talk about Niall? I think you were the only one who played Titanfall. Give us a case for BT.
So BT is your Titan. At the start of the game, you're commanding officer, because you don't start the game as like a pilot of a Titan, but you and your commanding officer are the only survivors of like that opening battle. But your commanding officer is dying, so he transfers ownership of BT to you. Mm-hmm. And so, like, as much as that is a game about shooting lots of dudes and big robots, like, I would almost argue that it is more a game about, like, BT than anything else. Like, he is the driving force of everything. Like, your main character is just, like, sort of a generic army dude, but BT is, like, the levity of that story. He is the character of that story. Like, the end of the game is about trying to save BT, where he is going to sacrifice himself to do anything possible to save you. Like, there are moments in that game where you have to get across giant chasms, and BT is like, okay, man, listen to me. I gotta throw you across here. And you're like, are you sure this is gonna work? And he goes, I'm about 60% sure. You know, like, but at the same time, he has no, like, grasp of sarcasm or humor. So, like, you're making sarcastic quips at him, and he's taking it all just, like, dead on, literally. Like, he's like, no, why would I do that? Why would this happen? Like, BT is very much like the star of Titanfall 2. Like,
okay.
I could not imagine that game or that campaign being as good as it is if BT was just, you know, a robot. Just
okay.
He's like the soul of that game in the same way Loaderbot was the soul of Borderlands last year.
Okay,
sure.
I'm gonna cut the Rotom Dex because I think it's the best version of a Pokédex possible. It's really cute.
Low bar.
I know.
Sure.
Don't get me wrong, but like it's really cute to have like this like little sidekick come up and like quip at you and say funny things as you're going, and also give some of the most fucked up Pokédex entries ever. Like just talking about Drifloons just like screaming as they pop, and like Gengars sapping away your life force as they slowly become your shadow. Children dying, fucking Golbats drinking so much blood that they fall to the ground and are immediately eaten by other Pokemon. Like, that shit is fucked up, and it's great. But, I don't know, I don't think Rotom Dex hangs.
Sure.
Sure. So we'll cut Rotom Dex. Ryan, do you want to talk about Samuel Hayden real quick?
You know, I really don't have much of an argument for Samuel Hayden, aside from, like, trying to do my best impression of, like, his voice. He's like, so, you're the Doom Marine. And, like, that's not even what he sounds like. It's been so long since I've played that game. He's like, oh, you've got to go to Mars and get the fucking seed core from the demons. Like, oh, I'm a fucking robot, and I'm Samuel Hayden, and, I'm gonna piss my pants, except I'm a robot.
I'm going to do a doogie if you keep destroying all of my shit. Stop.
That got into like weird New York accent territory there for a second, Ryan. Like that was
yeah, I don't know. The point is, aside from the fact that I just like him as sort of this commanding presence that really kind of always looms over you in that game, and just has this like immediately iconic voice in this game. There, you know, there's really not a whole lot of other voice acting. I think he's got a lot of merit in that kind of way, but I don't know if I can come up with a good enough argument to top what Niall was saying about Titanfall for that.
Okay.
Like, I don't think he's the heart of that game in any sense of the word. I think as like background noise of that game, like he's amazing.
Yeah.
Because really he is like background noise.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would be considered like the best robot.
Okay.
So
I crossed out Haiti because Jesus Christ.
Oh, come on.
Look.
oh boy.
Our top
If
three
someone
is...
other than BT is winning this, it should be Haiti.
I thought we were fun here. I thought we liked to
Yeah.
have fun.
Well, listen. We still have John St. John in the running twice on best voice
Yeah, we're-
performance. So don't cut that out.
Yeah,
just
we're
yet.
gonna touch some shit later. All right, so our top three is BT, Dorothy, and Shitbot. So we've talked about BT and Shitbot. Real quick, I'll talk about Dorothy real quick.
Sure.
So Dorothy is a character in Valhalla. She is a regular at the bar who is a petite robot girl who is a sex worker. And her gimmick is that, well, I mean, not just her gimmick, she does whatever her clients want to an extent, but a lot of people will choose her because she is very admittedly childlike, and at first that is, I mean, well, of course it is very much like, ooh, doggy, that is a little fucked up there. But once you get to know her, and once you find out how much she just loves her job and how, like, prepared she is to just, you know, live in that world and make do with with the cars that she's been given, you come to really love talking to her, and you come to just, like I looked forward to her showing up just because of what a positive, like, force she was in the conversation. And I
Sure.
recently read an interview on Waypoint with the writers of Valhalla where they said that they explicitly wrote Dorothy to, whenever she talked about her job, that if they swapped out any mentions of sex work or anything like that, if you swapped that in with dentistry, that it would make the exact same amount of sense. Just like, she loves her job, and that's just what she does, and that's a big part of who she is. But, you know, she also wants to help out her friends. She also, you know, loves hanging out with Jill, and I just think that's really cool, like, that they took something that at face value is like gross. It is a really bad anime stereotype where, you know, of course all these these little girl looking characters are actually over 18, you know, but they turned that on its head and made a character, or not even really turned it on its head, but just made a character that kind of fits that trope into something, into a very interesting character that you enjoy talking to.
Yeah, I kind of had something to say to that effect, but I was preparing it not as a argument for best robot, but as a defense against worst character.
That'll come up later.
So-
That'll come up later.
Should I just save
Yeah.
that, or should
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
but, you know.
All right, then I'll save
I mean,
that.
we'll revisit this anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So, I don't
Were
know,
you
I
about
mean...
to say something?
I was just gonna say that, like, especially considering her depth as a character in general, like she just
Yeah.
she goes
There-
places that aren't just that either. Like she's not
Yeah.
one note
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
the sex stuff.
Yeah, and
like,
I mean...
There,
That, and there's a bit where she has kind of like an existential
Yeah.
crisis, like that very kind of like, you know, classic science fiction, like, am I human? Am I
Yeah.
just a construct? And I don't want to get into it too
like
much.
she
because
she
I'll save
fears
that for later.
losing her body and being like. There's one point where she's like, if she was to break or be repaired for some glitch that she has, that she was afraid of being put in a vacuum cleaner. Like, as her
Yeah.
consciousness, like, there is definitely, I think, more going on beneath the surface than I think if you just look at that as this is a sex worker robot, like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And she's got this very compelling kind of bit where she talks about sort of I don't know where you guys got with her in that game, but I had unlocked her ending by the time I finished it. She has that very, you know, interesting kind of subplot where she has to reconcile with like her adoptive like foster mother and that kind of thing. And like I said, there's definitely more depth than just, oh hey, look, a sex worker robot.
Absolutely.
And I feel like and I'll save the rest of this for the worst character thing.
Okay.
But anyway.
And she brings like levity to the story
Yeah.
in a way as well. Like she is a funny
Yeah.
character too at times. So
Yeah. All right, so this is a really tough call. I mean, I'm kind of more behind Dorothy, but
Yeah.
I can be swayed. Is there? Does anyone want to really stick up for Shitbot or BT?
I don't think Shitbot is around long enough in Dreamfall chapters. Like he's there in the first episode, and I think the last or second last episode. But like his screen time is not enough for him to win. As much as I love him,
Okay.
like so I would sooner see BT win than him. But I think Dorothy maybe could win this. I think.
I do
As much
too.
as I like BT as well. Like,
Okay.
I'm not going to fight Dorothy.
Okay. We going with Dorothy?
Yeah.
I guess
Okay.
so. Yeah. I mean, I did really like Niall's argument for BT quite a bit, but my personal feelings just go with Dorothy because I just really liked Valhalla. So
Sure.
Okay, so the winner of Best Robot is Dorothy Hayes from Valhalla, with the runners-up BT7274 and Shitbot. Congratulations to the winners. All right, this
I feel like
this is a long
We're
one.
blowing through this.
Yeah, we kind of are, but this is a long one. I think this one's going to be tough here. So, our next category is Best Character. This is a character from one of these games that we just really love to interact with and, got to know pretty well, and we just love this character. So, our nominees for Best Character are Henry from Firewatch, Rad Sheba from Valhalla, Jill from Valhalla, the Doom Marine from Doom, Alex from Oxenfree, Yarny from Unravel, Q from Zero Time Dilemma, Abigail from Stardew Valley. Is it Zoe or Zoe?
Zoe.
Zoe Castillo, I'm not sure.
Castillo.
Castillo. Zoe Castillo from Dreamfall Chapters. Faith from Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Linus from Stardew Valley. Willie the Fisherman from Stardew Valley. Gary Busey from Hitman. Lincoln Clay from Mafia 3. John Donovan from Mafia 3. BT7274 from Titanfall 2. Marcus Phoenix, old version, from Gears of War 4. Marcus Holloway from Watch Dogs 2. Wrench from Watch Dogs 2. Lily from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Helmut Kruger from Hitman. Jillian from Valhalla. Uncle Death from Let It Die. Noctis from Final Fantasy XV. Poplio from Pokemon Sun and Moon. And Nanu from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Okay, so let us get those write-ins in. Ryan, would you like to go first, please?
Yeah, Michael has written us a very eloquent debate for his choice for excuse me. Oh shit! I'm sorry. I was reading the wrong thing. He actually did write a very eloquent argument for best character. I was reading his thing for worst character, which just says no clue. Good luck. So Michael's argument for best character is actually like 3 paragraphs. I'll just go through it. Michael says, "While I don't have a big dog in this fight, I'll give some context for the characters I added. Old man Marcus Phoenix in Gears was fun to have along. He played a great foil to the enthusiasm and positivity of his son and friends. He's regulated, which I think may be relegated, to an old man living in an old house growing tomatoes. He's indignant, he's grumpy, but he's still badass and ready to help his son, and it gives the formerly one-note character a human side. Then there's BT from Titanfall 2. He strikes a great balance between a stiff, robotic robot and a warm, friendly pal who fight alongside you throughout the campaign. BT does play off the old standby for robots, which is the misunderstanding of portmanteaus in English, but it's done really well. Finally, there's Helmut Kruger. There are plenty of wacky moments lying in wait within Hitman, and maybe Kruger's just happens to be one of the first ones most players will encounter, but it's still pretty great. Kruger is a fashion model who just so happens to look exactly like Agent 47. Oh, how humorous. If he spots you before you take him out, he'll notice that you are essentially him. His side dialogue, his indignation, and his unearned self-worth is pretty amazing. He's the first in a series of goofy-ass characters in Hitman. And those were Michael's
Arguments.
Elucidations on the 3 characters.
Thank you. Rose, would you like to read Scott's?
So Scott says that Uncle Death from Let It Die is the best character. And he says, he's death with a black cloak, sickle, and everything. But also he rides a skateboard. He wants you to climb the tower, and he calls you senpai. When you're not looking, the sunglasses he's wearing change into a different kind of sunglasses. He says shit like gnarly and gore-tastic through your controller when you do a wrestling move. He just wants you to play the video game Let It Die on the Death Drive 128, which, yes, is a beetle that shoots a holographic projector into your face, and have fun. He's my friend, and I love him.
Beautiful.
That is a good argument if I've ever heard one. All right, let's get to cutting, though. Niall, you're up.
Snip, snip.
Kind of surprised Scott didn't nominate Haiti, but, you know, we'll move on.
No, sorry, you mean the giant tits big ass
Yeah,
robot from
sorry.
Haiti that loves The Witcher 3?
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Okay, let's see.
This one's gonna be hard.
Yeah, this is already tough. I'm gonna cut Willie the Fisherman from Stardew Valley.
Oh,
I agree.
I like him, but he's not the strongest character in that game, I think.
yeah.
Okay. All right, me. Let's see. Was Gary Busey actually a character, or was it just funny that it was Gary Busey?
No, it was Gary Busey as Gary Busey.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the elusive
No,
target.
no, I know.
but,
I'm just saying, like, what did he do specifically? Did he have a bunch of lines? Did he do anything
definitely.
specifically funny?
He was Gary Busey and all over that thing. Like, you
All right.
know,
Okay,
I don't know how else to describe
He was
it.
being a
Okay,
hammed-up
okay.
version of himself.
Okay.
Oh, listen. I think the question John is getting at is like, does Gary Busey have a substantial character in that game, or does he just show up for 5 minutes, scream something about being Gary Busey, and then get assassinated?
It's kind of the latter, I guess. Like I found it really funny, but it is just Gary Busey being
No, yeah, absolutely.
Gary Busey.
Let's cut Gary Busey. It's funny, but you know.
Yeah.
All right, Rose, you're up.
Niall, I recall you mentioning that you don't like the characters and story in Mirror's Edge Catalyst. So could we cut
I don't
Faith?
like the story.
Oh, you like the characters?
I like Faith as a character, and I mentioned that in my
Okay.
review. She is the saving grace of that story. The rest of the characters are terrible, but Faith is. I'm okay with you cutting Faith from this list, but I think Faith is done well as a petulant, idealistic teenager who gets herself into trouble constantly because she is so strong-headed and stubborn, but I am okay with letting her go.
I want to say, I guess if you're okay with her letting go, but like we could leave her. But there's so many characters on this list.
Let's just do it. Okay, Ryan.
Damn, Rose went straight for the throat on that one.
I thought it would be easy.
Yeah, here's one that's going to be easy for me. We can cut Poplio off this list.
Yeah.
Not because Poplio's a bad thing, but Poplio, I would say, is technically not a character, because by that logic, I could add fucking Pikachu on this list and make an argument for it. So I'm going to say we cut off Poplio, or else we add like 5. Like I could add Rowlet to this list. I could add Litten to this list because they're all great. I could add fucking Rabombi to this list.
Hell yeah.
The goddamn wrestling cat. Like that is a whole. I do not want us to go down.
All right,
so for the sake of that, I think we just need to cut Poplio.
Let's just say there are a lot of really good new Pokemon. Let's just leave it at that.
Absolutely.
And Poplio is the best.
For sure.
Poplio the best. Okay. Who doggy? All right.
Ooh, doggy.
Ooh, doggy. Niall next?
Let's see. I'm gonna cut Lincoln Clay from Mafia 3. I like Lincoln a lot. I think he's a really good protagonist, but they tease doing some stuff with PTSD at the start of that game after he gets back from Vietnam and immediately just like forget about it, and he pales in comparison to one of the other characters in Mafia 3.
Okay.
So
Sure.
It's me next, isn't it? Uh-oh. Let's see here. Someone tell me about Alex from Oxenfree.
Do you want me to go first? I can do it.
yeah, you can
Go
go
for
first.
it, Rose.
All right. So Alex is the main character of Oxenfree,
Okay.
and she is the one you play as for the entirety of that game. I think she does a great job of capturing a teen girl, especially one who is like, she has her known friend, and she has like these people from school who like, she's stuck on an island with basically her best friend, a stepbrother she just met who her family was like, hey, you got to bring this dude. You got to bring him. Come on, don't leave him alone. And two strangers, one of whom hates her guts. And she kind of like, the way she deals with each of those people feels really good. Like the unfolding of the person who hates her guts, like figuring out why she hates her, like her own confusion at why she would hate her. And her coming to terms with that, and her own dealing with her brother who passed away a year before, like having her at this point be someone who has probably gotten over it, but then having it brought back up because she's facing people who haven't gotten over it as well as her, or like haven't seen her since then, is really interesting and compelling. How she reacts to all of the different things feels believable in a lot of ways, I think. Like, she's always confused by what's happening. She doesn't just eventually go like, oh, yeah, it's crazy radio stuff. She's just like, this is fucked up, but not in like a, like, hammy way, more in like a, like, oh, like, what is this?
In a way that feels like somebody would actually react to if that stuff was happening to them, I think.
Like, definitely. I just think she's a great protagonist to have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's very human in the way she's written, which I think a lot of the times in games, like, protagonists tend to be kind of superhuman in a way that, even when they're supposed to just be average people, but she just is a teenager who is confused and scared and, relying on herself and trying to come to terms with very difficult things in both her past and present. So...
Yeah, I just remembered also, like, to add to, like, the more human aspect of it, like, she isn't an invincible protagonist either. Like, when all the people are going through different things, like visions and stuff or whatever, she's getting them too. Like, she's getting fucked up by stuff too. It's not just, she's the main character, so she's fine. Like, she has to deal with all the same stuff that they do. And I think that really adds to her being a character.
Okay.
Yeah. That's as good as an argument as any.
All right.
I guess Alex will stay for now.
For now. Niall, you were the only one who played Zero Time Dilemma. You want to tell us about Q? Does he wear a mask and go a bunch?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh shit! Okay.
He's I didn't finish Zero Time Dilemma, so I don't quite know where he finishes up. But he is a little boy who is a stranger to everyone else in that game. Like, everyone else in that game has at least one person they kind of know. Whereas Q is like this little boy who's by himself. He's got this weird, like, mask over his head that he can't take off. So everyone, like, immediately suspects him, and, like, he is just a little kid, and he is a scared little kid with, like, a pretty fucked up backstory. But, from what I played, I can't say enough as to whether he would hang with the rest of these, so I would be fine with seeing him go.
Okay. Fair enough. Rose.
Let me look. Can we cut Yarny?
I will say
Yarny
yes,
is
because
adorable.
that
I think
that was
Yarny's
going to be
cute.
my next.
I don't think he's best
Yeah.
character material.
No.
He is cute, and that's about it. Like,
Yarny's appeal came entirely from that E3 performance, because once that game came out, I heard nothing
Yeah.
about it.
yeah,
So,
Yarny didn't have quite the sticking power of like Clarny. So
Clarny.
yeah.
Well, I mean, Clarny is made of clay, so,
yes.
It's also a piece of fucking stupid fucking piece of shit.
Oh.
Sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Clarny just gets me fired up.
He's a dirtbag.
Yeah,
Well,
he
it'd be
really
like
is.
potty, wouldn't it? Because then it's like you're burnt. Never mind.
I've heard enough of Clarny. I forgot who was next because I got so pissed about Clarny.
I think it's
Yeah,
me.
go ahead, Ryan.
Okay, so give me the refresher on this one. Gillian is in Valhalla is the sister of the dead girl that
No.
No,
It's-
Gillian is your coworker.
He's
He's the
fuckboy.
like
Oh, fuck! God
He's
damn
fuckboy.
it!
dude who you
I can't-
never
I
know
can't-
like what he's actually
Yeah.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah, shit. Okay. Yeah, I remember him. The one that. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, see, here's my problem. I think out of the 3 characters we have on this list from Valhalla, I think Gil is probably the least best character out of the 3 of them.
The
maybe
least best.
it might be Red Sheba. I don't know.
We'll see. We'll see.
I think Jill is out of the 3 of these. I think Jill is
Yeah.
the best character.
We'll get to that. Let's just
Okay,
focus on
well,
cutting
I'm
for
just
now.
saying. I'm trying. I think we could cut one of these 3 characters from Valhalla,
Let's
like right
cut
now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's let him go.
Okay.
All right.
He's great.
Then what's
but
the name? What's the name of the sister? Do
Isn't
any
it
of y'all even
Gabby?
remember? Gabby, yeah, it's something with a G, but yeah, the only part I remember about Gil is that they make him clean out the dog shit at the
Yep.
beginning, and then they keep making jokes about how he fucked at
Yeah.
the end. So
And his whole like mysterious background thing that like nobody knows where he came from or who he is. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I thought that was really interesting, and the way that game kind of deals with indirect narratives like that, I think that was great. But out of those 3 characters, I don't think he was the best of them.
I know that this is something that you wouldn't find out in game, but I found out about this and I thought that it was cool. Jillian was originally the main character in early drafts of the game, and so
Really?
they changed it to Jill, and that's why like his name is Jillian. Like it's similar. I mean, it's also a reference to
Interesting.
Jillian Seed.
Yeah.
But also like. That's also why he's got such a mysterious backstory, because they decided, oh, well, he's just this other guy who's still there,
Yeah.
so, yeah. I thought that was
That's
cool.
interesting. For some reason, I always assumed his name was pronounced Gillian, but like Gilligan's Island.
Like,
So
it depends. Like some people pronounce it Jillian, some Gillian.
I just
matter, yeah.
I just say Jillian because it's like Jill, so.
Jill.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
All right.
Anyway,
Niall.
Oh, jeez, this is tough already.
Yeah.
God, I feel like while I think she's a great protagonist, I'm gonna cut Zoe Castillo from Dreamfall Chapters. I don't think she really quite hangs, but
Okay.
yeah.
Do you want to say anything about her before we just move on? Or?
Just like it's
Before we
kind of
commit her to the
hard
void.
to like say too much if you like aren't familiar with the Longest Journey games. Like it's kind of like I said with one of the categories yesterday, it's really a kind of game that hinges on your knowledge of that, and she as a character kind of does too. But like she's basically what you wake up in like after a coma as her at the start of that game, and you're kind of dealing with that and with these like weird powers that she's gained, like to travel between worlds and things like that, and as well as that, like her coming to terms with her past and the time she's lost and things like that. She's a pretty good character, but like I don't think she quite hangs with the rest of these. So.
Okay. Fair enough. Rose.
Okay, this might just be my distaste for Epic Games speaking, but can we cut Old Man Marcus? Because I bet he's written the same way Marcus is, which is shitty.
I'm
The
fine
only
with
one, the only one here who's going up to bat for Old Man Marcus is Michael, and I mean, he sounds kind of interesting as like a grumpy old man, and I do kind of like that.
Yeah,
but
I do too.
Compared to the other stuff on this list, I don't know if he's big.
I don't.
Yeah, he doesn't
Gears
hang.
of War is.
Yeah, he doesn't hang. That's such a good expression. I love it. They don't hang,
y'all.
Oh, man. Yeah.
All right, let's cut Marcus. All right, it's my turn. And then once I say mine, or you know what, once we do another full rotation, which I think would be Ryan, and then yeah. So after Ryan, I'll read it off.
We've still got a hefty.
I know.
number of
I'm
things
just gonna read off what we have left after that. I'm gonna say we cut the Doom Marine. I think he's
Unfortunately, yeah.
I think it's fun to play as him, but he has, like, he's fun, he's pissed, it's great, but that's kind of it, that he's pissed. And I love it in the context of Doom, it works so well, but just compared to a bunch of these other characters that have, like, depth,
Yeah, sure.
he's just pissed.
I don't know. Did you read the Legend of the Doom guy that was in that
Yeah,
game?
that was pretty good.
Where they were talking about like
Listen,
right?
this was
or whatever it was. Like,
Doom Marine. Doom Marine was one of the two characters I wanted to go to bat for on best character, but deep down in my heart of hearts, John, I know that you are right.
I love him.
Doom
Don't
Marine
get me
is
wrong.
no, yeah, like Doom Marine is absolutely the focus of. I mean, obviously because you play as him, but like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, but you can just go ahead and cut him. I guess
Okay.
I'll live.
It's fine.
My life will go on.
All right, Ryan.
I won't be happy about
I'm
it.
sorry.
But my life will go on.
Make a cut. You can cut me back.
You want to
Come on.
hear? You want to hear my honest cut
Okay.
here? I think all of the Stardew Valley characters can go.
Jeez.
I kind of agree.
I do too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Linus is.
So Abigail and Linus.
Yeah, like I don't really have any strong positives about Linus personally, but Abigail eats rocks, and that's pretty cool. So
Yeah. Like that's the one thing I was thinking. Like Abigail eats rocks. That's kind of cool, but is it like best character material?
No, not really.
I think the thing about Stardew Valley is that it's a lot like Animal Crossing, where once you get down to picking characters, it basically comes down to personal preference. Like if I had to pick favorite characters from Stardew Valley, they would not be any of the three that were on this list. So like I feel that as a debate is way. I mean, debates in general are very subjective, but I feel like that's way too like personal opinion as opposed to exact
like-
opinion. Well, not opinion, but
It's
know
like
what
picking
I
a
mean.
favorite color. Like it's not.
Yeah. There's because they're all great, and they're all great as background to that game and as these integral parts of it. But none of them carry the story, or I think are as well written or motivated as some of the other characters on this list. And not all characters have to be like well motivated. Like sometimes it just have to be like fuck yeah, like hell yeah, dude. Like who was our best character for last year? Do you all
Loaderbot.
remember?
Loaderbot.
Loaderbot. Well, okay, that doesn't count. But what were the two runner ups?
I don't remember because Loaderbot was the best.
I think.
Oh yeah, no,
I think
absolutely.
Geralt might have been one.
I hope so.
Yeah, jeez.
I can't remember.
Well, listen. It doesn't matter. Like sometimes best characters can be just really memorable, And aside from the fact that Abigail eats rocks, none of these three are particularly memorable to me in any way, shape, or form.
I'll cut both of them.
So
that's a little unheard of, but we'll do it. All right, let me read what's left.
John, please.
I'm just kidding around. It's okay. Let me read what's left. We have Henry from Firewatch, Rad Sheba from Valhalla, Jill from Valhalla, Alex from Oxenfree, John Donovan from Mafia 3, BT from Titanfall 2, Marcus Holloway from Watch Dogs 2, Wrench from Watch Dogs 2, Lily from Pokemon, Helmut Kruger from Hitman, Uncle Death from Let It Die, Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, and Nanu from Pokemon. Okay, Niall? Yes.
Yeah, me. So, tell me about Nanu.
Okay. So he...
Yeah, tell me, because I don't know who either of these characters are.
Nanu is, he's this grumpy old man who you run into very randomly while you're storming the Team Skull base in Sun and Moon. He just kind of shows up and he's just like, oh, you're planning on attacking them? Alright, well, I'll be sure to get your body if you die in there. So you go ahead and do what you have to do. And then once you defeat Team Skull and you come out from there and you're about to leave the island, he stops you and he goes, it turns out that he's actually the island's kahuna, as in the like big boss leader of that island. And you fight him and he has a dark type Pokemon, if I remember correctly. Yes. And the whole time he's just got this straight face where he's just frowning. And he looks like he's just ready to go home and go to sleep. And then
I'm looking at pictures of him and I absolutely recognize this character.
And then once you beat him, he just cracks this smirk, this great smirk. And then he teaches you how to do the dark type Z move, and he does the craziest little dance with the straightest face. Like, he sticks his ass out and puts his arms out. Like, if you've ever seen that picture where the guy is riding a motorcycle and there's fire blowing out, but they edited the motorcycle out so it just looks like the guy's got fire flying out of his ass, he literally does that pose, and it's great. And then later on, you find where he lives, and he owns like 12 Alolan Meowths that he just lives with. And as you're hunting for Ultra Beasts, you find out that he used to be a high-ranking police officer who like kind of quit because he was so disillusioned. You know, like not that like the Pokemon world has like rampant police corruption or anything, but he just, he wasn't feeling it. So there's like more to unpack about him.
If I can explain some.
Yes.
So what really got me immediately was after you beat Team Skull in this town that Team Skull owns, it feels odd because how incompetent they are that they have a whole town. Nanu hints that he just lets them have the town because he feels bad for them because he knows they had rough childhoods. And he's like, everyone in this world has it rough, so why not just let them fool around with each other or whatever in this town? It's very clear that he does not want to be a fucking kahuna, and that he's pissed off that this stupid, like, deity gave him the shitty rock, so he has to be a kahuna. Like, he doesn't want to be here. He doesn't want anything. Like, they even reference this when you go to the Elite Four, and you go to the Ghost, or like the Third Island's trial, and it's his niece, and she goes, yeah, he was like, no, fuck you, I'm not coming to this. Like,
he turns down being an Elite Four member because he just doesn't give a shit.
And it's just like, his smirk and just everything about him, he is easily my favorite character from that game. Like, he's so unique in a Pokemon game, I think. Because everyone in Pokemon games are always like, Pokemon are cool and tough. And he's just like, I just have these fucking cats, man. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, I mean, I praise Pokemon Sun and Moon for being so positive in a realistic way. But Nanu is just, like, the exact opposite of that. And it's almost like a breath of fresh air in a weird way that, like, someone is that pissy in the Pokemon world. Like, it's great.
Yeah, like, for me, it's just, like, this type of character would never have existed in Pokemon, like, 5 years ago or 10 years ago or anything. Like, it's very clear, like, he's a great representation of how they've evolved in terms of their characters and stuff.
Okay. I think you've kind of won me around to leaving him on the list for the time being.
Of course.
All right.
Yeah, me too.
Just before we go any further, I checked, and last year our runners-up for this were Sans from Undertale and Inspector Jenks from Contradiction.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say y'all fucked up on that one, but...
What do you mean
anyway,
we fucked
please
up? I
continue.
stand by that.
Yeah, that's...
Geralt.
Jenks is good as hell.
Jerry.
I know. But
I don't
anyway,
know.
this year.
Yeah.
So, I feel like in lieu of keeping Nanu, I'm gonna have to rip the Band-Aid off here, and as much as I love him, as great as it is that he's a dog with sunglasses and a Hawaiian shirt, I don't know that Rad Sheba is as good as Jill, and I think he maybe should be cut.
Yeah.
He's fucking
I mean,
great.
as far as a talking corgi that's a Metal Gear Solid reference goes, Rad Shiva's pretty fantastic, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's not around enough to justify
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Absolutely.
If we had like a best cameo
Yeah.
appearance, then
It'd be Nacho. Because he's the Nacho boss.
yeah. Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, so we are on Rose now?
Rose.
Yes, Rose.
All right. So I know who this character is. I've seen a little bit of them from. I'm watching an LP of it. Can we cut Wrench from Watch Dogs 2? Because his emoji hat is like fun and all, but like
Yeah, I'm okay with him going.
he's a joke character. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Where,
I think it's cool that they specifically have a character that goes by they them pronouns in that game, like in a AAA mainstream game.
Totally.
Oh yeah.
But
no, for sure.
yeah, like at the same time, that character is kind of just like and I mean there are some good bits like like there are instances where they claim that they fuck their computers, like that's dumb as shit.
Sure.
That's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think Wrench hangs.
is that just our phrase now? Hangs. Like we're just gonna use that for everyone.
I guess so. Yeah.
I'm doing it unconsciously. I'm sorry.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. That's our catchphrase now.
It's the
Alright,
new.
okay.
It's the new heinous.
All right. This is my turn now, right? Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say we cut Helmut Kruger.
Oh. I love Helmut Kruger. Like, he's the best, and the fact that they keep bringing him up in like every single episode of that game, like everyone is just talking about Helmut Kruger all the time. It's so good.
There was a part.
but yeah.
There was a part in the level where you go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Where,
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk
where
about.
you basically disguised yourself as a man who got plastic surgery to look like Helmut Kruger. So
Yeah.
you put on the
So good.
you put on the bandage. You put on the bandages to like go into the doctor's office to like have your checkup, and the guy's like,
Yeah.
"Let me take your bandages off so I can see how things are starting to heal." And then he takes the bandages off, and he's like, "This is unbelievable! You've healed so perfectly. There's no scarring. Like it's so good. It's so
Yeah,
He has like
God.
an emotional breakdown, like in his
Yeah.
office. He's like,
That's-
"You were the perfect representation." And it's like, "Excuse me for a minute." Then he like walks out of the room.
It's so good. It's
But,
so
like,
good.
I kind of feel like Helmut Kruger has become more like an icon than a character when it comes to Hitman in some ways.
He's a
Like,
joke more
sure.
than a
Larger
character.
than life.
Yeah, he's like the Yarny.
Yeah, like even like he is not actually physically present for much of that game. Like he is in one spot like throughout that game more or less. But God, just the like effect he has on the world like of that game is so good. But yeah, I'm okay with Helmut going.
All right. Ryan, you're next.
So your defense of Nanu was enough to win me over on him pretty much, but how about Lily? What's her
Rose,
deal?
you could take this one.
All right. I think Lily is great. I would take Nanu over her, but I am not. That's not going to stop me from explaining why she is great, which is
Okay.
we discussed this yesterday's podcast, but she is basically the victim of an abusive relationship with her mother. Like, her mother is very controlling of her entire life and like constantly degrading her and stuff like that. So she runs away, and at the start, she's just this girl with this weird Pokemon in her bag, and she's afraid of everything. She sees a Tauros on the street and is fucking terrified and is like, well, we can't go down there ever again. So that's too bad. But then, like, eventually she grows and she makes friends with more Pokemon. Eventually she gets over, like, hating battles and stuff. When she ends up having to face her mother, she does it in her Z-powered form, which I thought was really dumb and good.
Yeah, she changes her outfit to kind of signify how she's gained more confidence.
Yeah, because she changes her outfit because her mother always picked her outfits, but now she's choosing her own outfit. And I think that's good. I think she's a kind of like Nanu, an important character in a Pokemon game, because it's showing like they're not just going to stick to, hey, this kid's a dick, or this kid's like your best friend. It's like, this is a stranger you meet, they have their own problems. You get to see how that evolves, their relationships with other people and with you. And like, her ending is really good.
Okay. All
but
right.
I like Nanu more.
So, all right, that's fair. So, do we want to go ahead and cut her, or I have another one up on the chopping block this round. How many? Final Fantasy 15 Noctis?
Yeah. All right. Hey, you want you want to fight me twice?
Here we go.
Do I?
Rose, I want you to fucking just
Listen to me,
Rose.
Yeah?
Rose, here.
Okay,
Before you tear me to pieces here, think about it. Which one would you rather keep on this list, Lily or Noctis?
Noctis, legitimately.
All right, then just cut Lily then.
Oh wow.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm cutting through this with a fucking
diplomacy,
Japanese
like,
ninja
wow.
sword. Yeah.
All right.
This is like a block of cheese, and I'm the dude with the warm knife.
Okay.
Just like slicing through it, making cheese
All right.
curds.
So I'm gonna go over what we have so far, and then I think we might be able to just pick our three. Okay. We have Henry from Firewatch, Jill from Valhalla, Alex from Oxenfree, John Donovan from Mafia 3, BT from Titanfall 2, Marcus from Watch Dogs 2, Uncle Death from Let It Die, Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, and Nanu from Pokemon.
Uncle Death?
Okay.
Are we keeping him
I'll
on the list?
talk about Uncle Death. So, yeah, Scott made a good point for Uncle Death, but everything about Uncle Death is so much fun. He is in the background all the time in Let It Die. Whenever you get a super gory kill, he just pops up through your controller and just goes like, radical man. Like, he's got this, I don't even know what kind of accent he has. Like, it's the most baffling accent I've ever heard, but it is so good. Yeah, he's super chill, but he's also death, so he's just riding his skateboard with a sickle, but also like almost immediately after you meet him, he eats shit off of his skateboard, and it's great. I don't know, he's got a very great style about him, and like all the little art pieces with him that pop up whenever you get a gory kill are really great. I just think he encapsulates like the feel, like the style of that game perfectly, where he's just this like 80s ass like dude, but he's also a fucking skeleton, and he wants to just see people get killed, but he also wants to hang out with you. He thinks you're cool.
Yeah.
He calls you senpai. He's like, hey senpai, let's go hang out. You're rad. I look up to you because you're kicking ass out there. It's like, geez, if Death himself is looking up to me, that's kind of tight.
Yeah. All right, so in exchange for cutting anything out here, I'd like to propose something to you, the Council of Three. There is only one character that is on this list that I personally would like to be on the top three, and that is Jill from Valhalla. And I want to know if you three agree, yes or no, should she be in the top three?
I agree.
I could go either way, but if everyone else agrees, then I'm fine with that.
Okay, Jill is on the list. I think
so
I'm gonna say that I think we were all swayed pretty hard into liking Nanu. I think Nanu's on this list.
Okay, well, I would like to make a case for.
I am going to pass this wheel off to you three, because aside from her, I have no argument for anything else on this list.
Yeah, Niall, make an argument.
I would like to make a case for John Donovan to be on this list from Mafia 3.
All right, let's hear it.
So I'm going to pitch this character like this. So imagine if you took Alex Jones.
Okay.
And you gave him unlimited access to the CIA, all the intelligence, all the weaponry, everything. You gave him a ton of cocaine, and you let him loose. And that's John Donovan in a nutshell. He's driving around New Bordeaux, ripping down communist propaganda from his fucking ice cream truck. He's going insane about government conspiracies. Throughout that whole game, you get shots of him talking in front of a commission about the actions that Lincoln performs, and he's the one spurring him on throughout the whole game. And then at the end of the game, he's just he comes out with this gigantic fucking spiel towards the guy heading the commission, where he basically is somehow successfully manages to implicate the dude in being behind JFK's assassination, and then he just takes out a gun and fucking shoots him in the middle of the thing, and he's just looks at everyone else and he just tells them to go fuck themselves, and he just walks away. He is insane. He's just the fucking best thing about that game. He's amazing.
Wow.
He's 1960s InfoWars, but with weapons and cocaine, basically.
Fantastic. How are we feeling about Marcus from Watch Dogs 2?
He can go.
I think he can go.
Okay. All right.
I think he does. I think it's interesting that they created a character like that and made him the protagonist. I think that's great. I don't think it's enough because it's still an Ubisoft open world game to an extent.
Yeah.
How are we feeling about Henry from Firewatch? Does anyone want to make an argument for him?
No opinion.
I like Henry, but I like other characters more than I like Henry.
Okay. All right, let's cut Henry.
I would sooner have seen Helmut Kruger on the list than Henry.
All right, so let's see here.
We've got Alex, John Donovan, BT, Uncle Death, Noctis, and Nanu.
Okay. How are we feeling about keeping BT on this list?
I like BT a lot too. Like I said, he is the soul of that game. So I've said everything I can say about BT, but I like him a lot.
All right.
I mean, I don't want to look at it this way, but I almost kind of feel like we gave BT's due, and I feel like there are stronger characters on this list.
I think maybe for me this list might be Jill, Nanu, and Alex from Oxenfree. I think as much as I like Donovan and BT, I think I might be persuaded to go with Alex.
I was gonna say Jill, Nanu, Uncle Death.
I was gonna say Jill, Nanu, and whoever the fuck else people decide.
You probably know where I'm going.
You're going. All right, Rose, make your case for Noctis.
So I would have put the boys on this list, but I was apparently told that's not allowed.
Yeah, it's not. You gotta do one character.
So I'm gonna say who is the heart and soul of the boys. The reason all the boys are together. The reason they go through everything that they do is it's Noctis. He does. He's fun. He's a dweeby teenager, and he has fun with his friends. But even ignoring that, in the main story, which has problems, I think this...
Really?
Yeah. I think he is the first Final Fantasy character I've seen who does his emotional reactions to things make sense, if that Like
he has some.
Yeah, like, so not only that, but like he doesn't get stuck on one, which is what always happens in Final Fantasy games and most JRPGs. Like, you know, like you always get stuck in the depression arc of things. Like, oh, they're depressed, and then one big event happens and they get better. Instead, with Noctis, he is kind of upset about a lot of things, but he still knows how to have fun because he's around people that he loves. Like, he's around his best friends and stuff, so he can still manage to feel better about stuff. I think this is best made clear, like, he finds out his father's dead at the beginning of the game, and that...
Oh, so Shinryu.
Yeah, but he finds out his father's dead, his childhood friend and fiancé is dead, or is claimed to be dead. His entire city has been destroyed by, like, an empire. And so he's upset about that. But he's still a teenager who is with his best friends who know how to cheer him up, and they cheer him up. Like, this isn't like Cloud in Final Fantasy VII where he's depressed the entire game. Like, this is a dude who went through a tough thing, but he's just not that thing that happened to him. He is his own character. And I think, like, even more interestingly, his relationships with people, like his fiancée Luna, who he hasn't seen for 10 years, the way he thinks of her is the way she was when she was a kid. And he never gets to really move past that because of things that happened in the story. But when you see cutscenes with her, she is an entirely different person than what he thinks she is because he doesn't know about her. But the fact that, like, we get to see someone who isn't, like, perfectly viewing someone and then that person is the way they are. They're seeing the way they would see someone. I think that's interesting. And that goes into a lot of that game. Like, anytime you go to cities and stuff, like, specifically the women characters, Noctis and all the other boys will refer to them as, like, oh, they were cute, or, like, that they were neat, or they were nice, but, like, if you listen to other NPCs, they talk about them in a far deeper way. But that's because this dude is a character. He's a shitty teenage boy. He just thinks the girls are cute or nice. Like, he's not thinking past that right now, especially with all the other stuff going on. I don't know. I'll let you all take him away from me. But I just wanted to say that, like, he is... I've never been more impressed with a Final Fantasy protagonist, I don't think. Because...
So here's my question, then. Is Noctis a best character because he's a best character? Or is he the best character because he's a good protagonist for a Final Fantasy game?
I think he is a really good character. I think it's not just that he's a good Final Fantasy character. I think it's that, like, Final Fantasy has had good characters, but, like, how good he is like on another
better.
level. Like, it's like,
sure.
I think just seeing his relationships grow, like seeing his dumb little, like, Prompto asking him to play a game with him, and he's like, "Oh, hell yeah, let's go!" Like, and then him, like, acting like a dweeb and fishing, and all his friends making fun of him, and him getting embarrassed because he likes to fish. Like, he just feels like a person, I guess. And I really, 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 really liked that.
Okay. Alright, so real quick, I'm just gonna say, let's just cut BT.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright, so let's just go over what we have. Like, let's just go over the characters that I feel like are up in the air for the third, because I kind of feel like Jill and Nanu are locks.
Sure.
So, for the third slot, it's Alex from Oxenfree, John Donovan from Mafia 3, Uncle Death, and Noctis.
I will let y'all take away Noctis. I know I'm the only one fighting for him, so it's fine.
I think you made a good case.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and I'll give up on Donovan, I think. I would.
Okay, so let's get rid of Noctis, let's get rid of John Donovan.
So we're down to what?
Alex and Uncle Death.
Alright,
I mean, I feel like
here's
Uncle
the
Death
thing.
is a more fun character, and, like, I don't know, I think he's really funny, and he's just a great part of that game. Do you think that he's a better character than Alex, Niall? Or, I mean, probably not.
I don't think so. I think Alex is fleshed out in a way that a lot of characters really aren't, in terms of feeling like a person. Like,
Yeah, as much as I like Uncle Death and like his whole thing that he's got going on, I was really struck by Niall's argument for Alex earlier. I don't want to say that I don't think Uncle Death isn't like a great character from what I've seen, but I don't know.
All right.
There's just something there.
Okay. So our top 3 is Jill, Alex, and Nanu.
Who do we want
All
to be
right.
number 1?
I kind of want to say something. I don't know if I'd say it's fucked up, but
What?
Say it.
Nanu.
I like Nanu. You hear me say that, but like, I don't know. Let the others say their piece.
Hey folks, it's me, Ryan from VideoGameChooChoo.com, and I'm here to tell you that I think the best character should go to the big ass tit giant robot named Katie
There we
from
go,
Monster
all right.
Witcher 3.
I'm ready.
All right.
Coming at you from the top rope out of nowhere is the giant ass tit big fucking booty butt robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I don't know. Aside from y'all's sort of elucidations on Nanu and Alex, I really don't know a whole lot about those characters. So I'm just kind of going on, what I've heard. I will say what y'all said about Nanu sounds like where I'll be in like 20 years. Just this apathetic guy that owns like 20 cats. But at the same time, I was pulling for Jill because I think as sort of the core of that game, as this sort of protagonist that is both flawed, voice crack, that is both like flawed and relatable in a certain sense, as me being, and some of us being like 20-somethings, like being out in the world like that and dealing with our own problems. So also having to deal with the world around us, there was something kind of relatable about Jill, and I think she's pretty exceptionally well written for being a character who just kind of stands back and observes for most of the game. Like, even though she just has a lot of observations on the various characters, her personal desires and wants and needs come through really clearly, and especially her fears and anxieties do as well.
No, I mean,
and so that's why I kind of felt like she deserved to be on here.
I will say, and you're right, Ryan. I will say that for a character that is mostly like a good 90% of her dialogue is her reacting to what other people say to her, you learn a lot about her, and I think that is very excellent writing.
Yeah, I also think that it's impressive that in a visual novel they really went out of their way to make her own character and not just like obvious. It's just a like self-insert with a couple dabs of things, but like this is a person who has her own life and history, and it really shines through.
All right.
Yeah, because she's not just some blank slate of a bartender. She's, Jill, who lives in an apartment with her cat that she, like, provides her own voice for, and then she kind of has, like, a crush on her boss, and then she's running from her past about, this girl that she was in love with who died, and all this other stuff. And I think for being this main character who, you never technically see, or who never technically takes her own actions in the game, aside from mixing drinks, she is a very strong core to that game.
She mixes drinks and she changes lives.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? Let's give it to Jill. I think.
Yeah, I think Jill as well.
All right.
Jeez, I wonder if we have a favorite game or something going on.
Some might say.
So the winner of the best character category is Jill, with runners-up Alex and Nanu. Jeez, Nanu.
Hell yes.
Niall,
I'm good with that.
Niall just wrote in Duke Nukem, and in his haste could barely write the word Duke Nukem. Like, oh my god.
I have to say that I snuck Nanu in right before recording. Like, I was like, I don't know.
It happens.
I like
That's how it
Nanu.
works.
Listen, when you and John described his character, like, that resonated with me on such, like, a deep
me
level.
too. When I played that game, I was like...
Same.
I thought... He keeps all the cats in a police station that's empty except for the cats. And they're just all standing on the table. Yeah.
Yeah, I just looked up, like, Nanu Pokemon on Google Images, and there's just a bunch of parodies of him as, like, John Arbuckle.
Oh
with,
god.
like, Persian.
Well,
as,
yeah,
like,
he has a
Garfield and
lowland
shit.
Persian as his main fucking...
See, I'm upset I never got to... Well, that I haven't played that game yet. No, not that I never got to, but I still haven't managed to play it because I wanted to get in a lowland Persian and name it Garfy Baby. But I have... So I'm glad I have a kindred spirit within the world of
Nighty-night,
Pokemon.
Garfy baby. All right. Our next category for today is worst/most annoying character. This is the character that annoyed us or was just so poorly written that we just could not fucking stand them. I'm gonna ignore what Niall just wrote. So our nominees for worst/most annoying character are Dorothy from Valhalla, Ren from Oxenfree, Diana from Zero Time Dilemma, Sebastian from Stardew Valley, Icarus from Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Kay from Deus Ex Mankind Divided, the main character from Minecraft Story Mode, Thomas Burke from Mafia 3, Hao from Pokemon Sun and Moon, Gareth Walker from FIFA 17, Inu from Dreamfall Chapters, Plastic from Mirror's Edge Catalyst, and I'm just gonna ignore these last two that were written in. You guys are fucking idiots. I'm gonna erase them so that way I don't get tripped up because I already have enough.
Oh, I'm sorry, what, you're racing the big tits, big ass robot who loves The Witcher 3?
Yes! Jesus, let me
Yeah, because
live.
she's not the worst character.
God.
She's not the best, so what is she?
She's the big ass tits fucking booby chest robot from Haiti that loves The
She's
Witcher
got
3.
the biggest ass.
She wins biggest ass and
that's
biggest
tomorrow.
tits, and loves The Witcher 3 the most award. That for all three awards, she just cleans it out.
I thought Rose was going to win Loves the Witcher 3 the most. Whatever.
I mean, there's.
You just give that... Sorry,
I
go
mean,
ahead, John.
it's contentious. I mean, I'm in the runnings too, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah, you could pretty much give that award to, like, everybody on the website last year, honestly. So
oh boy.
anyway,
okay, so really quick, let's read our I guess our only write-in for that because Michael didn't have one.
yeah, Michael just said no clue, good luck.
So
All right.
Rose, can you give us Scott's?
Scott says something I can get behind greatly, which is worst character is the main character from Minecraft Story Mode. Just fuck off, Patton.
All right. Well, let's get started with cutting. I'm first this time, right? Yes, I am. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
I'm just gonna do the easy one, Dorothy, because she's actually great. I kind
Yeah.
of don't. I kind of have no idea why she's on this list, but
Who did it?
I can maybe guess, but I don't know. Should I say the like kind of talk on the defense that I had prepared in case that she came up legitimately for this
go
category?
for it. You know what? There's no reason not to.
Yeah, I understand why somebody wouldn't like Dorothy because there's that whole thing where she's sort of this sex worker in the body of this robot that looks like a small child, or maybe not a small child, but a child in general. And although I can see why some people would be adverse to that, I personally think that as a concept works pretty well with a lot of the questions Valhalla raises about this futuristic society. A lot of the ways in which the characters in that game come across as kind of like unappealing in a way. Like, keep in mind, at the beginning of Valhalla, you get a patron who looks like Kanji from Persona 4, who's like talking about like, you're like, maybe you should adopt a puppy, and he's like, oh, you can't fuck puppies, or at least you shouldn't. And it's like that kind of thing. And the thing about Dorothy is that I'd never really found her to be very off-putting, because like we discussed earlier, the way she talks about this kind of sex work in this game is almost so ridiculous in places that there's no way to for me at least, to construe it as being like this legitimate sexualization of this character in a way. Like, when you get to the end of that game, you get her ending. She tells you a story about like this client she had who wanted her to like basically castrate him, and then the joke is that like he had a cyborg augmentation to have like removable testicles or something like that. And for me, it's like, how on earth could you possibly find that to be anything other than like so absurd and outside of just what anybody would consider to be like, I don't know, maybe not offensive, but just lewd, I suppose. And the point is that, to wrap this up and give it my kind of concluding thesis statement, I can see why some people would find Dorothy to be a, quote, bad character, but I think her characterization works well in the context of that game.
Yeah.
So that was a long, impassioned defense of Dorothy from Valhalla that was ultimately completely unnecessary. But, anyway.
It's so good.
I definitely agree. Like, just to add one little thing, like, I especially like how she definitely is not condoning her own actions. Like, when she talks about, like, she specifically talks about, like, if these people, like, talk about X type of thing, I leave. Like, I am out, and I am not, like, endorsing or going to, like, support that type of behavior and stuff. Like, that immediately makes it go, like, okay, so she's not just a joke. Like,
Yeah.
She acknowledges like the fucked up things about what she does for a living too. Like she doesn't shy away from it. Like it's
all right. Rose, you're up next.
Can we remove Sebastian? I'm really confused why he's even on here. From Stardew Valley?
I'm fine with removing him. Yeah, he can
I'm fine with that.
He's like,
he's just a moody teenager.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
He's just an emo kid.
Yeah.
We all are. Niall, your turn.
Ooh,
Niall, it seems like you've got a lot of horses in this particular race.
yeah, I do. I'm gonna remove Diana from Zero Time Dilemma.
Tell us about it real quick.
She is like she's like the one that's like really scared and really worried. You know, she's that kind of character. She's kind of hypersensitive about everything, but like I don't think she's necessarily that bad a character either. Like I think it makes sense why she is panicked and why she is scared, and you know, she's the kind of character who I think people would maybe look at and just kind of find grating because she is that type of character, you know, like she is that kind of like cowardly kind of character, at least from what I've played of that game, but I don't think she's necessarily a bad character either, you know, like I think she displays human emotions in a game that is anime as fuck, which, you know, maybe stands out a little bit.
Okay.
So.
Alright. Ryan, your turn.
See, I don't really have much stake in this debate, but if anybody wants to sell me on why Hao from Pokemon Sun and Moon is the worst, then I would be glad to hear it.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest, I was the one who put him on here. Because I just kind of felt like the way that he responded to a lot of things was, I mean, I kind of get where they were going with it, and he can leave, but it's like I don't know, there were parts of that game where like he showed up and I was just kind of like, I don't really need to read his dialogue where he's just like, oh, what's happening, everybody? Oh, hello, while I'm like trying to get some like, you know, some story is happening where all of a sudden he has to show up.
What kind of character is he? Is he like a kahuna? Is he like a companion?
He's basically I wouldn't say he's the rival, but he's kind of the rival of the game, except it's less of a like full on like I'm gonna beat you. It's more like a friendly competition thing where he's just like, come on, main character, let's go to the next town together and beat the captain there. Like he's pretty consistently one step behind you, which I think it's kind of funny that people have been pointing out that basically you are the actual rival in this game because you're always a step ahead and you have the more powerful Pokemon, the starter. So you know, he's always upbeat and like to a very high extent, And yeah, like I said, it does get kind of annoying when there are some not like full on serious story beats, because he does like get scared and react properly during those moments. But there are some times where he'll walk in halfway through a scene where something serious is happening, and he'll just be like, "Oh hey, what's happening, everybody? Oh, I love you all." And I'm like, all right, dude.
Sure. I have a good analogy for him.
Okay.
He is an old Pokemon character in a new Pokemon game, like in a sea of Nanus and like lilies and like all of these new like people who are not just one-dimensional and have like stuff going on. He is like the rival from like Gen 3 who's like, "Hey buddy, how's it going? Woo, yeah. I don't have any emotions other than happiness. I love ice cream. Ha ha ha."
Yeah.
He's not the worst. He's just, compared to everyone else, he is completely lesser.
Exactly, yeah.
So you'd say we can cut him off.
He's not that bad, but I still think like compared to all those other really strong Pokemon characters, he doesn't hang. I said it again. Fuck. God damn it. Shit. Damn it.
Our new award category.
Who hangs?
Most hanged.
Fuck. Okay. So. Excuse me. I guess I gotta pick next. Oh boy. All right.
I feel like from here on out, this is more or less all games that Niall
Yeah, this is the fucking
played.
Niall category.
I'm not the only one who played Minecraft though, or Oxenfree or Deus Ex. So
yeah,
true. Yeah,
you're one of. I'm the other second one.
Yeah.
All
right. You know what? I will. How about? I'll let you talk about Gareth Walker. How about you talk about him?
So, Gareth Walker is your childhood best friend in the journey. You come up from like the age of like 10, 11 playing together. You join the same academy, you go through the same trials, you sign for the same team, and after that, like, he is just like immediately becomes the most insufferable fucking piece of shit like that you could imagine. Like, it's basically like he scores a goal in his first game, and after that, like, he is suddenly Mr. like, I'm the greatest ever, like, I don't have time for you, you fucking suck. Like, you know, like, he doesn't answer your texts, he acts like a dick to you in conversations and stuff like that. But like, he's kind of a generic enough like character. The problem I have with him is that just listening to his fucking voice is the worst. Like, I don't know if the actor did it intentionally or whether he's just a shitty actor, but like every single word that comes out of the guy's mouth, you just want to fucking punch him in the throat. Like, and it's even worse because he's got this like really terrible Cockney accent, and you're just like, oh, whenever he's on screen, it's as if there is like somebody sticking sandpaper in your eardrums. Like, it is horrible to listen to. But at the same time, he doesn't make me mad the way some of these other characters do. So I would actually be okay with him being cut. I think he's a victim more of shitty performance and shitty writing than like a character that I don't know. I guess shitty writing would put him on this list, but like I think it's maybe more the performance than anything that bothered me about him. So I would maybe be okay with him going. I have bigger dogs in this fight.
Okay. Let's get rid of him. Okay. Hang on, how many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we have 7 left. I'm gonna be honest, maybe we should just start trying to find our top 3.
I think so.
Okay.
Alright. Can I...
Let me read what we have left real quick.
Alright.
We have Ren from Oxenfree, Icarus from Mirror's Edge Catalyst, Kay from Deus Ex Mankind Divided, the main character from Minecraft Story Mode, Thomas Burke from Mafia 3, Inu from Dreamfall Chapters, and Plastic from Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Niall, can you remind me who Kay is? Because I don't fucking remember.
You remember Samizdat? You know, the dude who leads them with
Yeah.
the really terrible Eastern European accent. And he's just like the worst, like fucking, hey man, this the government man. You know, like
Yeah.
he's like just like this paper thin character that is just, hey man, it's the government man constantly. And he's performed by a dude who sounds like he's never heard somebody from Eastern Europe speak. And it's like the Gareth Walker thing with me, but worse. Sure. I think I really don't like Kay, but if you have other opinions,
No, I didn't know until you mentioned it. But yeah, sure, I can see the argument.
I wanted to kill him, but I didn't because I needed him alive for like the quests. Otherwise, I would have like just fucking. He would have been the only character in that game I killed otherwise, basically.
God. Alright, so should we cut K or...
Maybe leave
Here,
him
let's do...
Are there 3 worse characters on this list than K?
Yeah, I think there are.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay then, let's cut K.
Let's do this. Y'all sell me on how bad the main character in Minecraft story is.
Jesus. Like
I feel like this one is for Rose to go ahead.
I fucking like so a lot of the characters in that game are terrible. Like I don't Is there a good one? I don't No, probably not. Like okay. It's just my main point. It's like Scott said, just fuck off, Patton. Like oh my god, he is...
It's Patton Oswalt who plays the male version of the main character, right? Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I can see why there would be some insufferability.
Oh my god. So, my main thing is, like... He's just a fucking asshole to all of his friends, or her friends, I guess, if you choose the girl, but I don't know if you're going for this shitty hell experience, why wouldn't you go all the way? But, like... He's terrible to all his friends, their friends. I'll say they're fucking pig. The pig dies in front of them and turns into a pork chop, and he picks up the pork chop, and I think they eat it. I think they eat it.
He might. I think
they eat it in like the 4th episode. At the end, he just eats his fucking friend who died nobly, sacrificing himself for him. And it's like,
Can we go back and change? Can we go back and change best moment to that?
But like, what were you gonna say, Niall? Before I say my thing,
I was just gonna say like the pig is a major character. It's not like it's
the pig's a major character. That should tell you everything about this game.
Sympathize with the fucking pig during the game, and it's oh my.
I had to watch my girlfriend play this game, and she hated the pig. So every conversation with the pig where you reassure the pig was silence. The pig got a black eye. The pig was just fucking miserable the whole game, and then it dies, and then he fucking eats him. He eats this like animal he's been like abusing this whole game, and it's like, they're just a fucking piece of shit. There's nothing redeemable about them. Like I was hoping they would fail at every turn, and that's kind of the mark for me.
Yeah.
So, main character Minecraft story mode is one of the top 3 on this list.
I'm
definitely.
I'm bolding this character.
That was such an impassioned like spew of bile at the main character from this game that there's no way they can't be on this list.
Absolutely, holy shit!
Should we specify? Should we specify that it's the main character, the male version?
Both
of
them are terrible, but I think the male is just more so.
Okay.
I'm just
thanks, Pat.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna write in fucking Patton Oswalt. There you go. All right. So we have 2 more slots, and the following characters are up for them. We have Ren from Oxenfree, Icarus from Mirror's Edge, Thomas Burke from Mafia 3, Inu from Dreamfall, and Plastic from Mirror's Edge. Niall, why don't you inform us on the Mirror's Edge characters?
Okay, so I'll start with Plastic because I feel like they were really trying with Plastic for those who don't know, Plastic is essentially a high-functioning autistic character who is like your main hacker friend. And the problem I have with Plastic is it feels like somebody at DICE went on Wikipedia and they looked up autism and they skimmed the article and they created a character based on that. Like the idea of putting an autistic character in games is great, like, but when you look at like the way they portray her, it shows like almost in a sense that like they don't know what like an autistic person actually like behaves like, you know. It feels kind of like an unintentional caricature in many ways of autism, and I think that kind of like it's bad.
Okay.
It's bad, but like you can see that their hearts were in the right place, and because like Mirror's Edge is a game that like you can't criticize for a lack of like diversity. That cast is one of the most diverse casts in a game, but like they bungle that really badly, I think.
Okay.
Sure.
Tell us about
as for
Icarus,
Icarus, he's just a shithead. Like he is like just the most unlikable person in the world. Like he's just like self-absorbed and just the kind of person that if you met him in real life you would just like walk away from him within like seconds of him opening his big fat fucking mouth. Like he's the guy who, because I remember you played the beta, like John, he's the guy who basically rescues you at the start of that game.
Okay.
And he's like shit talking the entire time and he never stops. Even when people are dying around him, he is still just like this insufferable asshole. And he just makes you want to just like die because you're just like, oh, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, but yeah, I really don't like Icarus. I like Icarus a whole lot less than I like Plastic, because at least Plastic like has use in the story outside of like just being there. Like
Sure.
Icarus is just kind of a dude who's around and he's a fuck up and he fucks everything he does up. And he's kind of ultimately useless in the story. And what attempt at like redemption they give him falls completely flat, and he just sort of like disappears.
Great.
Until the end when he's just like, so what are you gonna do now? I'm setting you up for a sequel. And that's it. Like I can't stand Icarus.
All right. I guess we can cut Plastic then.
I think you could cut Plastic.
Okay.
I would say you could probably cut Enu as well. She's the kind of person who like thinks out loud and is really like loud and hyperactive, but ultimately she is not nearly as bad as Icarus or one of these other characters in my mind.
Alright, so basically right now we need to go over Ren and Thomas Burke. Let's do Ren first. Who wants to talk about Ren from Oxenfree?
I can talk about Ren first.
Okay, go right ahead.
Sure.
Ren is your childhood best friend, who is the one who invites you to go to the island. Kind of kickstarts everything. He's an asshole. He's just a fucking prick.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And the game makes no qualms about that. Like, that you get an achievement when you finish the game, or whatever, the best way possible, or whatever. That's basically like you would have ended up hating each other at some point. Like, that's the name of the achievement. Like, over the course of this game, you realize just how much of an asshole he is, and just how little like he's focused on anyone but himself. Like, there are crucial moments where you are like really trying to focus on things, and like you need him to do something, and then he's like, oh, okay, hold on, let me have like 3 pot brownies at once. And he just like fucking does that, and then he's incompetent, and he just like stays in a house for like hours while you're doing everything. And then he's like, but then he's like gets uppity with you, like, well, why didn't you do X thing, huh? And it's like, oh, you motherfucker.
Well, see, here's my question then. If he's intended to be an asshole character,
that's what I was gonna say. Like, he is an asshole, but like he's the example of good writing on this. Like, he is an intentional asshole.
Yeah.
But like we have this down as worst/most annoying,
and he is
character.
the most annoying. Like,
and he is easily the most.
He's also the worst
of,
character in that game. Like, straight up, like.
Yeah, he's a horrible human being.
Every time.
So if you want to, if you want to take this as like worst can mean other than like poorly written, but like just straight up a shithead.
Sure.
I think Ren should be on the list personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Thomas Burke then.
Oh boy. Let me open my big book of Irish stereotypes.
Oh boy.
And yeah, he is every single one of them. He's an alcoholic. He has a terrible accent. He hates his gay daughter. He is just like every offensive stereotype about Irish people you can think of. He is like the other characters like that are kind of shitty, like Cassandra the voodoo woman and Vito the Italian mobster guy. They at least like have elements to them that kind of, I guess, subvert in small ways their like clichéness, I guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Whereas Burke is just like a straight up like, here's every lazy stereotype, but then I'm also conscious of the fact that I might just be saying that because of my own nationality and how fucking sick I am.
No,
that's completely fair. No, you're right.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I think Burke is worse than Icarus personally, but you know.
Yeah, from what y'all have said, it sounds like the other two on this list are going to be Ren and Burke.
I think so.
Because you talked about Icarus, but you sound like genuinely like upset about these other two characters.
Right. Well, I'm not so much upset with Ren as I am just he's just an effective shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So who takes it? I kind of feel like this goes to Patton Oswalt.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
He eats his pig.
He eats his pig.
His friend pig who shows like a sentience.
All right.
Like,
so
the pig doesn't actually talk.
No, thank God.
But he's a character.
Yeah, but he's a character. Like,
Yeah.
they go like the fucking Reuben is the name of the pig, by the way. It goes Reuben will remember this, and it's
oh
like,
my God.
oh no! And he looked like that pig looks so upset at any given point. Like, it's like,
yeah.
the pig gets a black eye and just goes, Reuben will always remember this, and it's like, oh,
Jesus. All right.
and then he won't
Great.
because he gets fucking eaten.
Yeah. Does it get served just like a Reuben sandwich?
No, I think he just pulls it out of his pocket and eats it.
Great.
He doesn't even cook it, I'm pretty sure.
All right. So the winner of worst/most annoying character is the main character from Minecraft Story Mode, especially if they're played by Patton Oswalt, with runners-up Ren from Oxenfree and Thomas Burke from Mafia 3. Okay, we have one more category today.
Oh, you're goddamn right.
All right,
John.
so our final category for the day is best performance/voice acting.
No.
This Jesus, you all
get one.
Listen, you all will understand why we're laughing in a short while. But so this category is for, just the best voice performance in a video game or the best just acting in general. The nominees are Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3, Lane Compton as John Donovan in Mafia 3, Rich Sommer as Henry in Firewatch, Sissy Jones as Delilah in Firewatch, Aaron Yvette as
Yvette.
Okay, Aaron Yvette as Alex in Oxenfree, Gary Busey as Gary Busey in Hitman, Ruffin Prentice as Marcus Holloway in Watch Dogs 2, John St. John as Duke Nukem in Duke Nukem 3D World Tour, John St. John as Haskell in Bombshell. Fuck off. Nolan North as Nathan Drake in Uncharted 4, Troy Baker as Sam Drake in Uncharted 4. Emily Rose as Elena Drake in Uncharted 4. Faye Kingsley as Faith Connors in Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Charlotte Ritchie as Zoe Castillo in Dreamfall Chapters. Boy, I'm gonna bungle this one. Tazia Teles as Sitara in Watch Dogs 2. Matt Mercer as Jack Cooper in Titanfall 2. And I'm gonna ignore this last one.
Fuck you, John.
The Sound of Silence as the big-ass titty robot who loves The Witcher 3 from Haiti. In Haiti. I fucking hate you people. God damn it. You people suck. God damn it.
The Sound of Silence.
Yeah, truly. Hello, darkness, my old friend here. Okay, so let's hear the write-ins for best performance.
I'll go first. For best performance, Michael says, no clue. Good luck.
Thanks, Mike.
Okay.
Great.
What does Scott
No, wait, actually, wait, hold on. There's a note here. He says, actually, I really liked that strong but silent big-ass titty robot from Haiti that loves The Witcher 3.
Fuck this.
All right, Scott has a real answer. Scott says, Ruffin Prentice? Ruffin Prentice? Or Ruffin? I don't know. It was Marcus Holloway from Watch Dogs 2. Not only do all of Marcus's quips really feel natural in response to his friends, but his facial and body motions do such a good job of conveying his character in cutscenes. Ruffin, shows a lot of range in scenes where he has to sound drunk, where he's just responding to other characters as though it's a total ad-lib. And when he has to pose as other people, that wasn't supposed to go like that. Just pretend that it is. And when he has to pose as other people. Here's an example of what I mean, where Marcus poses as a totally not Scientologist to get important information from the Tom Cruise stand-in. And he has provided a link for us.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
A vid?
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know.
It is time-stamped.
Thank you for the vid. You know, I think he's already given a pretty good, pretty good argument for Marcus here. Let me take a peek at this video real quick just to... Oh boy.
While you're doing that, do you want us to start going through and cutting stuff, John?
You know, I don't care then. That's fine. Okay, Ryan, you're first? Or no, Rose. Rose, you're first.
Alright, so, granted I haven't played the game, but from what I've seen from little bits here and there and hearing, like, the big bombastic we are gamers things from the VGAs and stuff, can we remove Troy Baker as Sam Drake? Or do we think he's better than those other two characters?
I think he does a really fantastic job. I think all three of those characters are fantastic, which is why I nominated all three. But, yeah, I think of the three, I think Troy Baker's probably gave the weakest performance. Like, not to say that it was necessarily bad, but...
From what I heard, it just sounded like Troy Baker. Like, it didn't sound like, for example, how, like, Nolan North goes into being Nathan Drake.
Yeah, I mean, like the motion capture is fantastic. Like him interacting with Nathan and all that stuff is really, really good. But at the same time, yeah, I think that can go. Ryan, your turn.
All right. So, I'm going to go ahead and say we can cut the John St. John as Heskel performance off this list. Unless Niall wants to make a defense.
And I was upset.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Okay. Niall, your turn.
I'm gonna cut Charlotte Ritchie as Zoe Castillo. I thought she did pretty well for the most part in that game, but there are a couple of times when I was like, oh, you're in a sound booth. Okay. So for that, I'll cut her.
Okay. Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna fucking do it. I'm sorry, Duke. But no.
Okay.
I'm arguing against this.
Wait, what?
I am.
Guess what, John Machonsky? You just activated my fucking trap
what?
card over here because I am going to legitimately go to bat for John
here we
St.
go.
John as Duke Nukem and Duke Nukem 3D World Tour as one of the 3 best voice performances of this year. And you can fucking blow me if you disagree.
I am all ears. Let's hear it.
So here's the thing, John. As I am so fond of saying, I genuinely believe that Duke Nukem 3D is a good game.
Me too.
At least a very fun one. The thing about Duke Nukem 3D World Tour is that there's a lot about that game that's not great, but John St. John's performances is legitimately one of them. Like, there was something about sitting down and playing World Tour for the first time and hearing those re-recorded voice lines from John St. John, as horrible and just childish as the lines are in those games. Like, he still has such a conviction playing Duke Nukem, and the fact that hearing these lines re-recorded could inspire that kind of like, hell yeah, like fuck yes, like this is the game kind of feeling in me, like that's gotta be worth something. Like, that was the same feeling for me, and like, honest to God, like zero exaggeration, for me, that was the same feeling as when I booted up Doom for the first time, and it was like the metal with like Doom guy like kicking through the elevator and like crushing the screen. Like, John St. John's performance in World Tour was like that same kind of adrenaline rush for me. And even though he kind of sounds like he's phoning the voice in on like that fucking Gearbox like Bulletstorm bullshit whatever, which sounds god awful, his lines in World Tour re-recorded are legitimately like perfect. Like, they are the definitive versions of the Duke Nukem lines. Like, honest to God, cross my heart, I think that his performance in those lines are like the best that he has done for his entire career as Duke Nukem. And that may not be a very high bar, but it was by and above one of the coolest parts about that entire game. And Rose, if you have anything you want to back me up with here, then please, by all means, lay it down on the table so we can roast this fool about how wrong he is.
I don't even like Duke Nukem, alright? I want to make that clear. I'm not a fan. But listening to some of those audio clips that I saw across the web, I fell in love with just how incredible it was. Really, like, it is iconic. That is the word I would use to describe that.
It is representative, it honestly is,
of just how do you make a character like so well known and established. The answer is be fucking John St. John, I guess, because Jesus Christ.
Duke Nukem would be nothing if he wasn't voiced by John St. John.
He wouldn't even be a joke in these circles. He wouldn't even be on the fucking forefront of our minds if it wasn't for John St. John.
Yeah, Duke Nukem is so representative of like that era of first-person shooters that the fact that they put out this 20th anniversary and they put enough care into it to have him come back and re-record every single line he did in that original game, including the where is it, is just so incredible to me. And like, you may think I'm joking right now, but I am dead serious that I think that his performance in Duke Nukem 3D World Tour is fantastic. Like, that's the only way I can say it. Like, it for me, like, hearing his voice come through in like HD was almost life-changing. Like, John, you were there, you heard my reaction to like hearing his voice for the first time. Like, I lost my shit. It was amazing, and everything he does in that game is so up to par with what a good here's the thing. Take his work in the 20th anniversary World Tour and compare it to that fucking Bulletstorm bullshit that they showed at PSX, and like, there you have like both the best and the worst performance of like an iconic character ever. Like, those are the two metrics by which Duke Nukem should be judged for all eternity, is his performance in World Tour and his fucking awful performance in that Bulletstorm trailer. Like, I won't belabor this much longer, but just know that I honestly believe that not as a winner, not as a winning performance, but somewhere in those runner-ups, John St. John as Duke Nukem re-recorded should be one of the best 3 voice acting performances of 2016.
Ryan.
I've said my piece, so we can move
Ryan.
on. John.
Thank you. Just Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. That was fucking powerful. I don't know about you, but I feel like I was just a witness to a fucking religious event.
3D Realms is in the Skype call with us tonight.
Yeah, truly. Fucking George Broussard just, like, blessed us right there.
Yeah.
Alright then. How about Matt Mercer as Jack Cooper?
Yeah, I think that can go. I will say that, like, I did not realize that was Matt Mercer until the credits. I thought it was Troy Baker. That guy is really good at sounding like Troy Baker, and he's a good actor too, but yeah, I think there's stronger performances.
Okay. Alright, okay, we got 4, so let's do one more round. Rose.
Alright.
Wait.
Well,
Oh, wait, never mind.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Rose.
Satara from Watch Dogs 2. I think Scott made a convincing argument for Marcus, but I've seen this character in the game, and it's like she's fine, but like I could compare her to any Assassin's Creed character like that I've seen in those games. So like I don't think she stands out enough to really say she's one of the best performances.
All right,
Sure.
Okay. Alright, Ryan. Your turn.
Honestly, as much as I hate to do this, I'm going to say we cut Gary Busey as Gary Busey from Hitman. I love Gary Busey in concept, but it's the same thing I was saying, like, as the Duke Nukem argument. I've listened to his lines from that game, and it sounds like he's just, like, phoning it in. Like, I mean, and he is, like, playing himself, but it's very obviously him just there, like, collecting the Hitman paycheck. Like, you go and you watch that trailer, and there's that line where he's like, "You can't catch me, I'm invisible," and it's like, okay, like, I get it, Gary, like, it's funny, but, I mean, and it is funny, it's hilarious, but I think you'd be hard-stressed, unless one of y'all wants to go up to bat for it, to say that it's one of the best 3 performances of the year.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Niall?
I'm gonna cut Lane Compton as John Donovan. It's a good performance. He adds a lot to it, but he doesn't have quite the facial expressions and like motion of animation that Alex Hernandez does in terms of like motion cap and stuff. So
Okay.
Sure.
I'll cut him.
Alright. I am going to... I'm going to cut Emily Rose because I feel like if we're going to pick a character from Uncharted 4, it's got to be Nolan North. I mean, because he's there the entire game. He goes through some shit, and he very, very realistically portrays that. Like, I mean, sure, there is a lot of him just going, no, crap! But there's also a lot of really great parts of that game where he is interacting with other characters and responding very realistically, and, you know, just, like, he's such an important part of that game, and that performance is what makes Nathan Drake as good as he is.
Yeah, it's an iconic character, so...
Absolutely. Yeah. Alright, so I think that we are down to the nitty-gritty, so I think we can start arguing for our top 3. So what we have left over is Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay, Rich Sommer as Henry, Cissy Jones as Delilah, Aaron Vett as Alex, Rufin Prentice as Marcus, John St. John as Duke Nukem, Nolan North as Nathan Drake, and Faye Kingsley as Faith Connors. Does anyone have any locks? Any ideas
Duke
of what
Nukem's
to cut?
locked. That's my take.
All right, we're locking
Jesus
Duke
Christ.
Nukem. Look, all I'm gonna say is video game fucking choo choo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere Michael is just pulling his hair out right now.
I can repeat myself if you'd like me to.
No, it's okay.
But I would like to think that I gave a legitimate defense
You
about
did,
that
you did.
outside of him
Absolutely.
being a fucking, like, meme.
You
I
did.
didn't
so-
say that in protest. I said that more in like, I can't believe that's who we're locking first, but okay.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
All right.
I
Does
just
anyone
know
else have any locks?
somewhere. I just know somewhere that Michael is like crying and he doesn't know why right now. It's just
Yeah, he just got, like, a severe Charlie horse and is, like, doubled over in pain for no apparent reason.
So let's just real quick go over what we have left. Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay, Mafia 3. Rich Sommer as Henry, Firewatch. Sissy Jones as Delilah, Firewatch. Aaron Yvette as Alex, Oxenfree. Ruffin Prentice as Marcus Holloway, Watch Dogs 2. Nolan North as Nathan Drake, Uncharted 4. And Faye Kingsley as Faith Connors, Mirror's Edge Catalyst. We have to fill 2 more slots.
It was just.
Does anyone have any?
I just wanted to say it was really funny when you said Henry Firewatch and Delilah Firewatch because it sounds like they're married. Like,
yeah.
just Mr. and Mrs. Firewatch.
Mr. and Mrs. Firewatch. Very happy for them. Yeah, does anyone have any locks? I mean, I'm going to throw my hat in for Nolan North. I think, like that, his rendition as Nathan Drake is phenomenal. I think he did a really great job in this last game. I think he's very realistic. His voice acting is obviously great. I mean, he's up there for a reason, but also like just his rendition of Nathan Drake and how Nathan Drake is portrayed in that game is better than it's ever been. Any objections? Anyone y'all would rather have over him? No?
I really like Rich Sommer as Henry in Firewatch.
I do too.
I think he's really, really good. I like him more than
yeah.
Delilah, definitely, even though she does a great
Yeah,
job
I've
as well.
seen-
But
I've seen footage from that game, and I mean, so much of that game does come from its voice acting that I don't know. I would agree, but it seems like we're kind of down to the bit on this one, if you will. So
I mean, Niall just bolded to Rich Sommer, so I mean that's fair. That's fair. All right.
I just think he does a great job of really sounding like a dude, like not just a man. Like, I don't know. That sounds weird to say,
there,
but
he had no. You're right. He has this very like amicable tone of voice in a way.
Yeah.
Like he's very like, oh well, like you when you like listen to him. I remember sitting down and watching the Game Awards with y'all, and when they played the clip from him in Firewatch, it sounded like somebody's like fucking gym teacher, and it's perfect for that game.
Yeah.
Like he really aces the kind of like everyman sort of. I don't know. There's something about his voice acting from the footage I've seen from that game that just works with that game style.
Okay.
So I don't know. I would say that from what I've seen of that game, that seems like a fair assessment.
Okay. Niall, do you want to stick up for Faye?
I'm okay with letting her go. I was a little skeptical at first because they changed the voice actress for Faith. Like in the original game, she has like a very kind of deep, smooth like voice, and Faye Kingsley's performance is like you can hear that she's supposed to be like a shitty teenager in her voice, like and at first I wasn't quite on board with it, but by the end of that game I really thought yeah, this works really well. But compared to Aaron Yvette and Alex Hernandez and Ruffin Prentice, I don't think she's as good.
Okay. Alright, I will cut that one. Okay, we have, to fill the last slot, we have Aaron Yvette, Ruffin Prentice, and Nolan North.
If I had to pick out of the three of these from what I've seen, I would almost go for Ruffin Prentice as Marcus, because I don't know a whole lot about Watch Dogs 2, but what I've seen of that, who was it that made the argument for that? Was that Rose or
Scott.
Niall?
Scott.
Scott, well, fuck me, but Rose was the one that read it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That seems a fair assessment, but I really don't want to have too much pull into this category because it seems like y'all have much stronger opinions on this than I do. So
no, I think Scott's Scott's argument's pretty good.
Definitely.
I think it's a good argument, but having, like, as I'm playing through Watch Dogs 2, there are moments where, kind of like I mentioned with Charlotte Ritchie in Dreamfall, there are moments where you're just like, oh, this sounds like he's just in a sound booth. Like, this sounds completely disconnected from whatever conversation. Like, there are times when, like, it's really, really, really good, but there are just these little moments, and oftentimes they maybe wouldn't even be in a conversation. It'll be like something he will quip, like, in the middle of a mission to himself, or something that just sounds like, oh, you're not in a city right now. You're like not doing what you're voicing. You know, you're in a sound booth. It has that kind of quality to it, where it's like you are reading lines off a piece of paper.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And I didn't get that with Yvette or Hernandez.
Okay, then I guess we can cut him off this list.
Okay.
I mean, if y'all think so, because I just wanted to say that I appreciated Scott's argument for
Definitely.
it.
Totally. Yeah, it's a really good argument.
Yeah, and
Okay. All right. So we're down to Nolan North and Aaron Yvette as Alex. Would you like to...
Alex Hernandez.
And Alex Hernandez. I apologize. All right. We got some arguments for these two. You know what? Actually, real quick, I'm going to cut Nolan North.
Oh, wow.
I'm just going to cut Nolan North. I think that at the very least, I think Alex Hernandez does a fantastic job as Lincoln Clay.
I think so too.
And I kind of feel like that would be a better vote. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a pretty big Uncharted fan, so that was kind of what I was leaning into, but I feel like Alex Hernandez's performance is not only fantastic but also very important.
Sure.
So
I think what pushes Hernandez above Yvette for me, and like, I'm conscious of the fact that there's no way that Aaron Yvette could have done this given the nature of Oxenfree, but like it is the facial capture and like body movement and mocap that like Alex Hernandez did, that like Lincoln Clay feels like a real person when you're watching him on screen in a way like that. Again, Alex from Oxenfree can't, but at the same time I really liked Aaron Yvette's performance, and I'm kind of like, I could go either way, honestly. If anyone else feels like that strongly for Alex from Oxenfree, I could be persuaded, I think.
All I would say with regards to her is she reminded me, and the way that she talked and like the cadence of her voice like sounded exactly like my friend, so instantly she felt more like real to me, because she's like
right,
just every way, like every word, like the way she finished sentences and like trailed off and stuff, like it reminded me of my friend, so it just felt more real to me. That, again, probably more personal thing, but I just think she does a good job at sounding like a young adult, like
yeah, she does absolutely
under stress and stuff. Like her voice cracks and like,
all right,
yeah, like that's why I kind of like can go either way on this. I'm happy to.
I'm gonna throw my weight behind Alex Hernandez.
I'm fine with that. Like,
okay.
I think Oxenfree's got plenty of deuce.
All right, so who's our winner? Niall has already bolded, italicized, and underlined John St. John.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
But for real, y'all, let's figure this out. Who is the winner for best performance / voice acting?
It's either John St. John or Rich Summer, to me, at least. I feel like if Niall could go either way with Alex Hernandez, I think that means he's good. But that these other ones were easily, like, we figured them out much easier.
I think Rich Sommer.
Ryan, how far are you willing to go here on John St. John?
Oh, Christ.
Like I said, I think he should be a runner-up in this category because I think his performance was really good. But I am not going to defend him as the best performance of this year by any means.
Yeah, please. Okay. I'm gonna drop the fucking kayfabe for real quick. We cannot give the best performance award to John St. John.
No, yeah, absolutely not. Like, I even said when I was arguing for it earlier, I said I do not want him to win best performance. I think he deserves a runner-up spot. That was my argument.
Okay, well, I think Rich Sommer is nuanced and human enough in Firewatch that I think he maybe is the winner here then.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Christ, if y'all actually gave the number one spot to John St. John, I would fucking shit myself live on podcast. And not in a good way. Yeah, if there is a good way to shit oneself.
I'm shaking right now. I feel like we were like seconds away from nuclear war right there. That was fucking horrifying. Oh god, the doomsday clock was like 3 seconds to midnight right there. Oh boy.
Fucking we'd just get a call from fucking Randy Pitchford in like the dead of night. Like just like, I heard what you did for us.
John appreciates it.
Listen, get all the jokes, get all the fucking jokes out of your system right now. But I am goddamn dead fucking serious when I say that I think that is one of the runners up for best performance for this year.
Are we
best voice acting?
Are we sure we want to go Rich Sommer because Alex Hernandez is also very, very good?
I would take Rich Sommer every day.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, all right. So the winner of Best Performance in Voice Acting goes to Rich Sommer as Henry from Firewatch, and the runners-up are Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay in Mafia 3, and John St. John as Duke Nukem in Duke Nukem 3D World Tour. To wrap up today's categories, we have Best Multiplayer, which is Overwatch, with the runners-up Monster Hunter Generations and Titanfall 2. Best Robot, Dorothy Hayes from Valhalla, with runners-up BT7274 from Titanfall 2 and Shitbot from Dreamfall Chapters. Best Character, Jill from Valhalla, with runners-up Alex from Oxenfree and Nanu from Pokemon Sun and Moon. Worst/most annoying character, the male main character from Minecraft Story Mode, with runners-up Ren from Oxenfree and Thomas Burke from Mafia 3. And Best Performance/Voice Acting, Rich Sommer as Henry from Firewatch, with runners-up Alex Hernandez as Lincoln Clay from Mafia 3, and John St. John as Duke Nukem in Duke Nukem 3D World Tour. Folks, thank you for putting up with our bullshit for another year. Oh boy. Please join us tomorrow for the last podcast of the year, where we will be deliberating the worst game and the 10 best games of 2016.
Hell yes.
Oh boy.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. Good night.